Have you ever heard of the woman known as the White Mouse who eluded the Nazis during World War II? This woman is none other than Nancy Wake, who was born in August 1912 in the windy city of Wellington, New Zealand. Her early life was not without its challenges. When she was just a child, her family relocated to Australia, only to be abandoned by her father soon after. Despite her difficult upbringing, Nancy was not one to be easily deterred. She was a woman of fierce independence, an attribute that shone brightly in her early career choices. She began her professional journey as a nurse, providing care and comfort to those in need. However, her curiosity and thirst for adventure soon led her to the world of journalism. Nancy Wake's early life experiences would shape her into a woman of strength and resilience, traits that would be crucial in the years to come. In the 1930s, Nancy Wake found herself in the heart of Europe, witnessing the rise of a sinister force. With an adventurous spirit and a thirst for truth, Nancy moved to London and then to the City of Lights, Paris, where she took up a career in journalism. She was a woman of many firsts, unafraid to challenge societal norms, and her work as a journalist was a testament to her bold spirit. During this time, she fell in love with a wealthy French industrialist named Henri Fiocca. The two tied the knot in 1939, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Nancy's life. However, their marital bliss was short-lived as the winds of war began to blow across Europe. Nancy wasn't just an observer of the growing Nazi threat, she was in the thick of it. Her position as a journalist granted her access to places and information that most people couldn't reach. She saw firsthand the horrors that were beginning to unfold under the Nazi regime. She witnessed the horrendous violence on the streets of Vienna and the escalating persecution of Jews. These experiences were not just stories for her articles. They deeply impacted Nancy and steeled her resolve against the Nazi regime. As World War II broke out, Nancy found herself in a unique position. Not only was she in the heart of the brewing storm, but she also had the resources of her wealthy husband and her network as a journalist. She was no longer just a spectator to the atrocities. She was in a position where she could do something about it. Nancy's life in Europe was about to take a dramatic turn. The glamorous parties and the high life of Paris, the thrilling world of journalism, her love for Henri, all of it was about to be overshadowed by the war. But Nancy was not one to back down from a challenge. She was ready to face whatever came her way. As the dark cloud of war descended over Europe, Nancy found herself in a position to make a difference. With the start of World War II, Nancy Wake transitioned from a journalist to a vital part of the French resistance. This was a woman who was not content to sit on the sidelines while the world was at war. Instead, she chose to play an active role in the fight against the Nazis. As a courier for the French resistance, Wake became a lifeline for Allied soldiers trapped behind enemy lines. She would traverse treacherous terrain, carrying messages and supplies, always one step ahead of the enemy. Her bravery and cunning enabled hundreds of soldiers to evade capture, making their way safely back to Allied territory. But her work didn't stop there. Wake was also instrumental in establishing escape routes through France, known as the Pat O'Leary Line. These routes were lifelines for soldiers and airmen who had been shot down or stranded, guiding them through France and into Spain, where they could be repatriated. But Wake's work was not without risk. The Gestapo, Nazi Germany's secret police, were constantly on her trail. Despite their best efforts, they could never seem to catch her. It was this uncanny ability to evade capture that earned her the nickname White Mouse. To the Gestapo, she was as elusive and hard to catch as a white mouse in a field of snow. In 1943, the net began to close in. Her life in danger, Wake made a daring escape to Britain, but she was not content to sit out the rest of the war in safety. Instead, she underwent rigorous training as a special agent. Her courage, her audacity, her sheer determination. These were the qualities that made Nancy Wake an invaluable asset to the French resistance and a nightmare for the Nazis. She was a beacon of hope in a time of darkness, a white mouse that the Nazis could never catch. In the aftermath of the war, Nancy Wake emerged not just as a survivor, but as a hero. She returned to her native Australia, carrying with her a legacy of bravery and resilience that was etched into the annals of history. Her wartime exploits were not left unrewarded. Her courage and dedication were acknowledged by countries far and wide. She was decorated with the George Medal from the United Kingdom, the Medal of Freedom from the United States, and not just one, but 3 Croix de Guerre from France. Each medal a testament to her indomitable spirit, each honor a tribute to the woman who became a thorn in the side of the Nazi regime. But Nancy Wake was not one to rest on her laurels. She turned to politics, running for office in Australia, not once, not twice, but on 5 different occasions. Though she never secured a seat, her attempts underscored her enduring spirit of service and commitment to her country. The Call of England, where her journey as a war heroine began, was strong. In 2001, she bid farewell to Australia and moved back to England. She spent the last decade of her life there, living out her days in the land that had once decorated her for her valor. Nancy Wake passed away in August 2011, but left behind a legacy that continues to inspire. Her life is a chronicle of courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to fight against oppression. From a young woman in Australia to a decorated war heroine, her journey is a powerful testament to the indomitable human spirit. Her story serves as a beacon of hope, reminding us that one person can indeed make a difference. Nancy Wake, the White Mouse, remains a symbol of bravery and resistance, a woman who defied the odds to fight against injustice. Her life is a testament to the power of courage and the strength of the human spirit, and her legacy? It continues to inspire, to motivate, and to remind us all that we too can be heroes.